What is going on, everybody? Matter222 back at you guys with another video with another action figure extravaganza. Guys, we got some good figures lined up for you today. Again, my goal here, as always, is to try to make these videos as short as possible, but still try to give you guys fulfilling reviews. You know, that's kind of what it is. So let's just do it, guys. Let's just jump right into it. First, we have the Retro Fast Shawn Michaels. You can see the packaging is pretty wrecked. Took quite a bit to get him out of the package, but there you can see on the back, Shawn Michaels, whatever. Picture on the side. Yeah, this packaging is barely held together. All right, but there we have the Shawn Michaels. Pretty nice looking figure. So for starters, you can see these pads around that kind of go around the boots. They are a separate piece, and they are just like a nice rainbowy plastic. Same with these guys. These are a separate piece as well. They have the little tassels, and the vest is a separate piece. Excuse me. You can see the nice Shawn Michaels face sculpt. All right, I don't know why I got this guy. I feel like I'm probably gonna end up buying a custom Marty Jannetty head and try to just stick it on this body, because I feel like we're not gonna I don't feel we're not gonna get a Marty Jannetty, so this is the closest thing to having an elite Marty Jannetty body. But nonetheless, you can see the little straps around the arms are not a separate piece. They're just kind of painted on, but they look okay. And the vest looks all right from behind, and even the paint on the pants is really funky, but it's really nice. So they really did a good job with this figure, which kind of makes it more sad that we're not going to get this completed tag team, because they actually did such a good job. But I do understand the legal situation, and I understand how that works. And hey, that's just kind of what it is. But great figure nonetheless. Articulation, head moves side to side, arm moves up that far, down that far, out like that, in that far. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a single jointed elbow, wrist rotation, and wrist hinge. We got the waist twist. We do have the ab crunch, but the vest definitely cuts that off, and I'm not sure if the vest is removable. I really don't want to try to take it off and then break it, but you can see that it's there. He does have it. Hips move out this far. He kicks this far forward. Bend in the knee, which is inhibited by these white knee pads. We have a boot swivel, ankle rocker, and ankle pivot. So very cool. Very nice Shawn Michaels figure. Next, guys. This came. I found this at my comic book store. No box. He was just kind of sitting in one of those cabinets, you know. But ouch. Sorry guys, give me a sec. I'm having technical difficulties and I just pinched myself. You guys are gonna have to forgive me. I'm drawing a blank on this guy's name. Okay, well then, no, you're for later. We don't need you right now. Okay, you just chill there. Anyway, we have the big gnarly spider from Lord of the Rings. Again, I can't remember this guy's name off the top of my head, but just a very nice looking figure. The face sculpt is really cool and really creepy. He's got the big abdomen and the thorax. Now this is kind of the one complaint with this figure is his leg is busted. And I know that I can simply repair it, which I will. in time. You can see the top of the head, it's got some nice sculpting on it. A little bit of red shading on the head and the abdomen. And then the legs, they do have some nice sculpting, so it looks like they're kind of hairy. Just very, very cool. The legs do all hinge forward and back, not really side to side, and they do rotate, and they do have a separate joint here and here, so they have two joints without, so you can get some extra posability, but I would tend to be careful because that's actually, yeah, so you can see they hinge right there, because that's actually how I messed mine up. I was just kind of messing around with him, and then I snapped the leg right off. He is quite delicate. Very big, gnarly spider. And then these little pincers here are articulated. They have two different, well, I would guess three. It would be 3 points of articulation. I don't know if you can see it. So they have one there, one there, and then right there it kind of moves. But very, very cool figure nonetheless. Just a creepy figure. If you're into the Lord of the Rings, which actually I haven't really showed off on this channel, but I actually do like Lord of the Rings figures. I actually do collect them. So if you want to see me do maybe if you want to see me review some of the other Lord of the Rings figures I have, which I haven't reviewed yet, definitely let me know in the comments. I don't even know if there is comments anymore, because I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but if there is, there you go. If there's not, then just hit me up. All right, next we'll be taking a look at the Batman Arkham Knight Azrael from DC Collectibles. Figure in frame right there. There is the package. You got Batman Arkham Knight right there. See on the back the other figures available. I did get the Professor Pig, and I did review Professor Pig. So if you have not yet checked that out, make sure you go check it out. Pretty much standard packaging right there. Alright, I don't really collect Arkham figures. I got this guy to put with my kind of main DC figures because, I mean, it's Azrael, and he pretty much, this is how he pretty much looks in the comics. And I think Mattel made an Azrael, but it's nowhere near as nice as this guy. And I think he was really cheap. I think I actually got him on BBTS. I think he was like $11 because they were like super blowing him out. I mean, $11 is $11. I can't complain about that, right? Alright, yeah, getting right into it. Nice figure. He comes with this big, crazy sword, which is almost too big. Again, I know it's not the version from the comics. I do wish he had a flame effect or something just to kind of give him the flaming sword. But you know what? It doesn't light on fire in the game. I get that. This figure is from the game, so I can overlook that. The sculpt on the mask, very cool. Kind of reminds me of Marvel Legends. What's that guy's name? Scorcher? Scorcher, yeah? Yeah, that sounds right. And you can see some just all around the figure. So on the shoulders, he's got some nice texturing. I mean, some nice silver paint over the sword breaker. And even I like the battle damage right there. And right around there, you could see the cloth, and you could see the mesh kind of through the cloth. The cape is nice, and it is a really, really soft rubber, which is good because it's not going to inhibit any articulation. So very nice. Very happy DC Collectibles kind of doing that. See some nice detail there. The belt does actually have some paint on it. It's hard to see, but you could see all his little pouches. Sorry guys, I don't need to keep leaning to this side. This again, be patient with me. I'm getting used to a new tripod, a new setup, so just kind of give me the benefit of the doubt on this one. But yeah, so you can see some nice detail there. The back of the back of the hood looks good. A little bit of black wash over it, make it look kind of dirty. Just a really, really good figure. Looks really cool. Yeah. Want to also apologize for all the ums. I kind of like to do this naturally. I don't know if other people like to write a script and then read a script. I like to just do this naturally because I feel like when you kind of do things naturally, it's kind of like we're exploring it together for the first time. Does that make any sense? I don't know. It makes sense to me. But head moves side to side. The hood, you probably could take it down. I wouldn't try to force it too much, but you probably could. Arm moves up and down about that far. Doesn't really move out. He's got a single joint in the shoulder. Wrist rotation, no wrist hinge. Diaphragm joint. And the hips don't really move out. But he does kick this far forward, which is pretty nice. And he has a pretty nice double jointed knee. Ouch. So pretty solid. And you can see the black straps around the leg have some silver paint on them. The boots, some battle damage on the shin guards. Just a very nice figure. Very happy to have this guy. And like I said, to be able to kind of get him for moderately cheap, I would say $11 is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I can't complain about that. Let's do another wrestling figure next. So next we have from Figuarts Toy Company, we have Jay Lethal, which was one of the first figures they brought out. You can see the packaging for Jay Lethal right there. Nice kind of clamshell. You can see the other figures available. I do have the Briscoes, and I will be reviewing those. There's a bio for Jay Lethal right there. If you want to read that, of course, pause this video now. Alright, first things first. The face sculpt on this figure is really, really not good. I showed you the Moose. We looked at Moose in an older video, and I kind of mentioned how his face sculpt was not really good either. That's kind of, I think FTC is struggling with the faces, getting the faces right. I think they need to better improve the faces. The hair sculpt is good. I mean, Jay Lethal was obviously kind of balding before, but so you can see, I don't know if they did that intentionally. If they did that intentionally, then good for them. If they did that incorrectly, then that's a misstep. But the robe is nice. It's not really a fabric. It feels like more like a, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a jacket. It almost feels like a jacket. It's not really a soft fabric, but it is nice and it is soft goods. So I do like that. See, the House of Truth looks really cool there. He's got the wrist pads with the wrist tape, little cross tattoo. And there you can see the ring gear. Turn him around. You can see Lethal, which, yeah, his waist is really, really loose. And the boots, the kick pads for the boots are also soft goods. So you can see how they just kind of slide right over. Really nice. Really, really excellent detail. I think these figures are good. I think that it's just the face sculpts that are holding them back a little bit. And these are just basically Jakks figures. If you're familiar with like the difference between Mattel and Jakks. Obviously the Shawn Michaels we looked at was Mattel. This is pretty much Jakks. You can see they don't really scale together, but I think you could kind of get away with it if you wanted to just put all your wrestling figures together. I think you could probably get away with it. Articulation. Head moves side to side, moves forward and back. I'm going to be careful because I actually feel like I almost broke him. Arms swivel forward and back. That is not tattoo. That's just paint rub. The elbows are supposed to hinge. He's supposed to have a single jointed elbow, but they're really stuck, and I really, really don't want to break them, because that's kind of the other thing. These figures are not really cheap. Wrist hinges and rotates. I already showed you the waist twist. Kicks this far forward, and then no movement in the feet, or maybe there is movement. Maybe it's just mine that doesn't kind of do what he's supposed to. There you go. But all in all, a nice figure, and this is the only company that's really giving us independent wrestling figures. So if there's a couple of missteps, in this case, I can overlook it. All right, we're having a little technical difficulty with our next figure. Technical difficulties. We'll be back in 1 sec. All right, guys. Next, we have the Star Wars Black Series Archive line, Anakin Skywalker, which I didn't get the first time. I remember seeing him in stores. I didn't get him because I was simply like, no, I want a Vader. And my rule for Star Wars is I do one character. I try to do the most. I try to do the most recognizable version of each character. Okay, this won't stand. Whatever. Don't stand. I try to do the most recognizable version of each character. Just one character per franchise. But I kind of, when the Archive line dropped the Anakin, I thought, you know, I need an Anakin and I need a Vader, because they both kind of have their own legacies, and it's worth having two, because, you know, Anakin is like the light side and Vader is like the dark side. So I ended up getting the Anakin. You can see the blister card for the Archive line. Nice artwork of Anakin right there. In the back, you can see the original figure, which again I didn't get. I got the Vader from this wave, or not the Vader. I don't remember. I think he was Series 2, right? 2014. I don't remember, guys. Brief bio right there. If you want to read that, of course, pause it. And you got a nice artwork of Anakin there again. So pretty cool, nice blister card. My big complaint here is the lightsaber. The blade just doesn't want to stay attached. Don't know why it's really loose, but it is for whatever reason. Focus. Alright, camera doesn't want to focus. Readjust. Okay, so anyway, my camera doesn't want to focus. There's nothing I can do about that. But you can kind of... There we go. So you can kind of see the lightsaber. Looks pretty cool. Some nice paint detail on it. Looks very nice. Anakin as a figure is solid. There's a little bit of soft goods on the side right there. He does come with the mean face sculpt. He does come with another head sculpt. He does come with the near the end of Revenge of the Sith, when he's gone too far and he's become bad. He's become a Sith. He kind of has the more angry face sculpt. But again, this is kind of my good Anakin. He's going to go on my good guy shelf. So I kind of don't want that angry yelling head represented. But I do have it. I'm not going to show it off because I don't know where it is. Nice sculpt on the hair. The tunic is pretty soft for the most part. I mean, you can see it shouldn't mess with any of the articulation. And he's got some nice Jedi boots. No paint on the straps. Not ideal. The boots do look cool, but there is some nice paint detail on the belt. So you can see the silvers right there. And all the little gadgets and stuff are painted. All the buttons on the pouches are painted. So I do at least like that they did that. They at least kind of nailed it there. Arms swivel up and down. They move out this far, in this far. He's got a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, wrist rotation, and wrist hinge. The head does move side to side, forward and back. Got a waist diaphragm joint. Actually, more of a diaphragm joint. Let's move out this far. He kicks this far forward, kicks that far back. Double jointed knee, no boot swivel, and then an ankle rocker and an ankle pivot. So there we go. Very nice figure. Not a great figure, but certainly a decent figure. Alright guys, next figure we're looking at is, as you can see, we have the Overwatch Ultimates Reinhart. Really quick, someone pointed out to me that in one of my videos I didn't do a great job in showing off the packaging. So I'm going to try to do a better job here. So there you can see the bottom of the box, and going up you can see some nice artwork of the figure. Now you're just looking at my ceiling. There is the first side of the box. There is the back of the box with, again, more artwork. Some statistics if you want to read that. Pause this video now. You can see some other figures available. Lucio and Sombra will be coming up soon. We'll be getting. And then he is a tank, so there you go. So I hope in terms of showing the box, hopefully that was a satisfactory job for all of you lovely people. Alright, so here we have this big thick boy. We have Reinhart, who I would say he is the thickest thick boy. Okay. Yeah, very nice figure. Wow. Even just looking at this guy is impressive. So obviously he's quite huge. This character is quite large in the game, and if y'all know me, if you know, you know. But I love me some Overwatch. I love Overwatch. Absolutely do. Not a fan of this character to play as. Also not a fan going against this guy. If you could see this figure, he does have a nice shiny, not really shiny, but a nice metallic silver paint job. Some of the yellow in some of the areas is not great. So like right there, you can see the paint's kind of rubbing off. Even right there, just not great in some areas. The hammer is really nice. I like that you can see there's some wear and tear on it right at the front. You know, just looks like it's well used. Back of the figure, pretty solid, pretty nice sculpting on this guy. Like I said, the paint apps, where there is paint apps, they're very hit and miss. The head does move side to side and forward and back. Arm moves up like that. The shoulder pads are also on a hinge, so you can kind of move those how you would like. Also, they don't really mess with the articulation, which is very nice. The wrists do rotate. He's got a, which what you already saw, he's got a bend in the elbow. It's a little bit stiff, but it is there. He has a diaphragm joint. Hips move out this far. Doesn't really kick forward. This piece is also on a hinge, which I absolutely don't know what it does. But there you go. Bend in the leg. You can see that. He does have ankle rockers and ankle pivots. Now, if it looks like I'm having a hard time with this figure, it's because he's really heavy. I told you he was a thick boy, and it's very big, very heavy, very bulky figure, but really nice figure. Nonetheless, if I do a top 20 this year, which I'm still on the fence, I might do it, I might not do it. This guy would surely be on it. I love this figure. So there you go. Also, he comes with his giant shield, which, again, if you played the game, you know, that's kind of his specialty. Uses a big gigantic shield, and you just peg it on the arm right there. You got to get his arm up like that, and then you just peg it in, and there you go. Very, like I said, very cool figure. Very, very nice, large figure. You know, definitely get what you pay for. All right, moving on. We've spent enough time. Let's do this guy, because I'm kind of getting annoyed by this figure, if I'm being honest. We have the Shark. We have the Elite Shark, which, you know, John Tenta, this was kind of his other character, one of his other characters. You could see the packaging right there. It says Shark Attack. Behind there is a packaging on the side, and then it's a Shark Attack on the package there. Pretty cool. This is a nice figure, another nice thick boy. I'm gonna stop saying that, because I think some people might. Are you serious, bro? I think some people might take that the wrong way. I just think it sounds funny, but another big boy here. Really digging the face sculpt. I really love the face sculpt. The bandana, however, is a separate piece, and it tends to just fall off all the time. So that is kind of irritating. See the nice shark design on the singlet, and it says Shark Attack on the sleeve. My hope is that we'll one day get the full Dungeon of Doom. I very much doubt it, but you can see he's got the shark tattoo, which I believe that was just painted on, right? I don't think... Did John Tenta have a shark tattoo in real life? I don't think he did. Unless he got it, like, pre-WWE. Like, if he got it, like, later on, maybe he did, but I'm not sure. If y'all know the answer to that, feel free to chime down and let me know. And you can see the sharks right on the side there, and the boots. Not going to spend too much time on this boy, because we still got a couple figures to get through, and like I said, I'm not trying to make this video too long. All right, next we have the Ultimate Halloween Laurie Strode. Wow, there you go. Nice window box. Some nice different displays on the back. Very, very cool. Oh my god, I love this figure so much. There you go. Now, I don't do kind of civilian characters a lot. I mostly tend to stick to just the slashers or the villains. But Laurie Strode was definitely somebody I wanted to have, because I would say Laurie Strode is the most famous of all the Scream Queens. I would maybe say Neve Campbell from Scream is a close second. But Laurie Strode, man, she's the OG, and she came back in that movie. She was like a fucking badass. Oh, sorry. Sorry for that bad language, but she was a badass for sure. And this figure is for sure badass. Face sculpt, NECA pretty much got it on point. I mean, I love that you can even see the cross there. The jacket is soft goods. She's got a little holster for the knife. You can see the belt, some paint on the belt. Yeah, just even the detail, even the crinkles in the jacket alone is nice. And then she's standard jeans and some black boots, or brown boots I should say, which again, really nice, really nicely detailed, really nicely painted. She comes with some other accessories. So she comes with I'll show you if I can get them out of the bag. So she comes with this long kind of hunting rifle. I think the pump action looks really cool though. She comes with the head with the glasses. I think it's both pretty much the same face sculpt, just start of the movie versus end of the movie. Obviously, you know, by the end of the movie the glasses are gone. Comes with this nice revolver. And we get the hand right there for holding the knife. Yeah, very nice figure. Especially if you, well, I don't know why you'd even be interested in this if you don't have the Michael Myers. Obviously, this is a great piece to go alongside your Michael Myers. Like I said, the pump action looks really cool. Articulation, the head moves side to side. We do get a forward and back. Arms move up that far. They do swivel, obviously all the way around, but I think you would break it, so I would avoid that. But I mean, hey, if you want to, it's your figure, you can. Nice bend in the elbow, wrist rotation, no wrist hinge. We got a diaphragm joint, hips move out this far, kicks this far forward, kicks that far back. We got a bend in the knee, and then we got the ankle rocker and ankle pivot and a boot swivel. Yeah, just a nice figure indeed. Like I said, even the paint on the hair is just a gray with a nice black wash, and then it's even got a little bit of white on the bottom. Excellent figure. When NECA sets out to get it right, they get it right. When NECA hits it out of the park, they hit it out of the park. And there is times where I'm critical of NECA, and you know, sometimes they're hit and miss. Sometimes their QC is off. But like I said, when they want to do it big, they do it big, and this is one case where they really wanted to do good. But speaking of big, our final wrestling figure of the video, we have the Elite King Mabel. Again, don't know why I keep going to that side, but we have the Elite King Mabel, just a large figure. And there you go. So you can see the packaging right there. This is a SummerSlam Elite. It's technically Elite 65. I want to say 68. Sorry, 68. The other figures available: Bree, Daniel, and Roman. We will also be looking at. Not Taker and Braun. Sorry. Brief little bio right there. Statistics. There you go. It's your Elite King Mabel. This is kind of one of those cases where, kind of how Reinhart was a deluxe figure, he was a larger figure, so he cost a lot more. This is kind of one of those opposite cases where Mattel has given you a really large figure for the same amount of money. So you paid the same amount of money for the King Mabel as you did for the Brie Bella, which I think is awesome. I really commend Mattel for kind of doing that. I think that's really awesome. You know, and they really brought you a large figure with a lot of detail. Didn't skip out on the details. So there is a variant. I think there is one with a lightning bolt. I can't remember which one is the running chase, but I have the one with the M. You could see the face sculpt with the mohawk. He's got the crown when he won King of the Ring in arguably one of the worst King of the Rings tournaments. If you move the tassels, you can see this tattoo right there. No tattoo there. Nice deco. Nice deco on the front of the figure and on the back, and then the skull and crossbones on the boots is nice. It's got the two M's with the knee pads. Knee pads are a separate piece. Wrist tape is just taped on. Again, yeah, not a lot I can say about this figure. They just really over-delivered by giving us such a big figure for, like I said, the same price. You know what I mean? Like, Mattel's another company where, similar to NECA, when they want to do something right and when they want to do something big, it's like they over-deliver. But then there's times where they make decisions to me that are questionable, and I'm like, I don't know why they went this route. But that's Mattel. You know, you take it and leave it. He comes with two alternate hands. They're just fists. Again, very nice, very big figure. Here's another case where I would say Mattel just kind of toed the line. I wouldn't say they over-delivered. We have the DC Universe Classics Killer Moth. Here is the packaging for Killer Moth. You can see Wave 6 Figure 3 right there. On the back, you can see the other figures required to build Calabac, which we will be looking at Shazam and Calabac. These two I had already. Like I had them before I started doing reviews. And the Hawkman I never got. I just bought the last piece separately because I already have a really good Hawkman. But yeah, very nice packaging. Brief bio right there. Of course, you know the drill by now. If you want to read any of that, pause the video. You guys know how it is. Yeah, this figure was, wow, he was expensive on the aftermarket. But hey, another cool Batman villain. I'm all about the Batman villains and the Spidey villains. Now the body, it is just a plain ass body. No sculpting of any kind. Minus the belt, which is stuck on, but it is a separate piece. And the wings that are stuck to the back. Does come with a nice gold gun. Sculpt on the mask is pretty good. Very colorful figure. He definitely stands out. Like I said, the stripes in the leg. You can see the gloves. Again, just painted on. Not painted well. A little smudging there. But yeah, this is a very cool figure. I can't remember if the gun, which again it doesn't even have an opening for the bullets to come out of. Can't remember if this gun was used before, but I mean, a solid figure. The logo is painted nicely. I think the helmet's really cool. But yeah, this figure is just kind of in the middle for me. And a figure we were supposed to look at last time, but I kind of ended up saving it for this week. We have the SH Figuarts Jiraiya from Naruto. I'm all about the animes, and Naruto is one of my favorite, and I like Jiraiya a whole bunch. This figure, not so much. And I'll tell you why now. I first want to point out I am missing some accessories. We'll go over the accessories now. And also, I basically had to modify this figure. So he comes with the alternate arms where you can make them cross-armed. Now, one of the arms, I do believe it was this one. So there was a default with the peg where the peg wouldn't fit in the slot, so I had to correct that, which means basically this is no good to me because I could never take this arm out. Let's come with the ice cream cone, or the popsicle. He also came with a book. He comes with 2 popsicles, I think, so you could give one to your Naruto. He did come with a book. I don't have the book, though. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it's not in here, but for whatever reason, it's not. Comes with a bunch of open hands, which I'll show you. You could see the one hand there with the seal. He comes with 2 fists. And yeah, the 2 hands I gave him, I had him holding, I think, a popsicle, and I had him holding something else. He comes with some alternate faces, angry face, grinning face, winking face, and I have him the happy face. And then he comes with the Rasengan hand, which, you know, I mean, that's his attack. He taught it to Naruto. Let's just get that. Oh, I realized we forgot to look at the packaging, but don't worry, I do have the packaging. So sometimes I'm a professional. Again, guys, sorry this video is running longer than I had hoped. I'm gonna try to wrap the things up in another, let's say, 5 minutes. All right, there is the packaging. Jiraiya just went down. There you go. I don't really need to describe you the packaging. You can see it. All right, Jiraiya in itself, is a nice looking figure. Like I said, the sculpt on the face, the sculpt on the hair is really nice. The ponytail does have a hinge, so you can pose that. Now, aside from the modification, which I already told you I had to make, there's an issue with his diaphragm right here where it doesn't sit correctly on the peg, which causes him always to be leaning to the side. Again, I'd gotten a defective figure, and I got this from Amazon, and they wouldn't send me a new one because they didn't deem that there was a problem. But you know, so you kind of make the best of it. The feet, he just comes with sandals, which good luck getting him to stand, because I find the feet are so soft. They're so soft that they barely hold him up. Like the ankle joints are so soft. They're just really loose. I mean, you can get him standing, but I think he'll just, over time, he'll just end up taking a shelf dive. Again, this is mine. Not everybody's is gonna be like that. So there you go. Very cool figure. Soft goods on the jacket. All right, let's look at the articulation. Head moves side to side, forward and back. There is a head joint and a neck joint. Arm moves up to here, moves in this far, and you can see it does have butterfly joints that you can swivel in and out. I'll show you on this one. He does have or maybe it's this one. Maybe no, it's definitely that one. But he does have a bicep swivel. I'm not going to mess with it because, again, mine are defective. We got a bend in the elbow, got a wrist rotation, wrist hinge. I already showed you the diaphragm. Hips move out this far. Jiraiya can kick this far forward. He can kick that far back. We got a bend on the knee, ankle pivot, and ankle rocker. And you can actually see his feet can hinge. He has a toe joint, which actually makes it look like he's kind of stepping out of his sandals. I like that they just didn't attach the sandals to the bottom of the foot. I think that's a really nice effect. So again, there is some good stuff about this figure, and I think I would like this figure more if the one I got wasn't kind of a mess. But unfortunately, the one I got was defective, and that's what it is. All right, 2 more figures here for you guys. Again, we have the Sora and Maleficent Kingdom Hearts 2-pack. We're just going to be taking a quick look at Maleficent because I don't have the Sora because my daughter has it. There you can see the back of the box. See the side of the box. There is Maleficent. This is basically a static. Yeah, so Maleficent pretty much is a static figure, minus a little swivel there. The arms do rotate. They do hinge forward and back, and the hands rotate. Head doesn't rotate. Again, I like Kingdom Hearts. I like Disney, so you know I wanted to get this figure. She comes with her pretty cool looking bird staff. Well, it's the bird that sits on the staff. She doesn't really hold it well. You just kind of have to rest it. You just kind of have to rest it in her hands. And she comes with this little green orb, which always gets lost anyway, so I wouldn't even display it with that. The head sculpt is good, though. I think the head sculpt is really awesome. Minus the black mark on the nose. But yeah. Sculpt, in terms of sculpting, this is a cool figure, but I would say that's about it. But you know what? Maleficent is a character that she doesn't need to be super articulated. So I'm kind of okay with it. All right, last figure, guys. Again, thank you for staying with me. Hopefully you're still with the video. We have the Transformers Ghostbusters Ectotron. You can see the nice G1 style packaging. Some nice artwork on the back. You can see a brief description of the Transformers right there, and some statistics for Ectotron. The packaging is really cool for sure. There you can see some artwork on the side. Brief bio for Ectotron. And there you go. Well, actually, I wasn't gonna get this figure at first because I thought this was just a cheap way to try to sell a toy. But actually, Ectotron he is actually an in-continuity character. He did appear in the Transformers Ghostbusters comic book crossover. Alright, so just getting right into it. Figure looks nice. Nice solid looking figure. Definitely digging the face sculpt with the goggles on. You can see there's the back of the figure. Not too much in terms of backpack. And the feet, the legs are a little bit thick, but that's good because they can hold him up. He's got the same kind of tan like the Ghostbusters jumpsuit, and you can even see it says his name there. It says Ectotron. Very nice. He comes with the Proton Pack, which this I have mixed feelings about because it's really, I don't know how you're supposed to peg it in, but it doesn't seem to fit in properly. So I think my understanding is you're just supposed to slide it in like that. And it's supposed to connect. Unless I'm doing that wrong. I don't know. But yeah, like it's supposed to peg in just like that and sit like that. Unless it goes under this, I'm not really sure. But yeah, there's no other way to do it. So you can see there's a little port there. And you can see the little dial there. And there. You can see. So it looks like it's just supposed to go. Like right there. You can see it pegging in the bottom. And it's like, okay, it's pegged. But doesn't stay in. Doesn't stay in at all. Which is annoying because it makes getting them to stand almost impossible because it just weighs them over. It just weighs them over. It just tips them over. So you're supposed to get that in, and then you're supposed to peg this cord into the back like so. So my understanding is that's how he's supposed to look. I don't know, but the knees too, the knees are really soft. They don't lock into place properly. So that kind of hurts him a little bit. But yeah, my understanding is he's supposed to be just like that. That looks good. That looks cool. Now getting him to stay like that is something entirely different. But regardless, good looking figure. But yeah, pretty solid looking figure. Articulation. Oops. The head moves side to side. And there you go. Moves forward and back. Arms do swivel up and down. They don't move out. The arms kind of swivel this way. He's got a bend in the elbow. Legs hinge forward and back. Nice bend in the knee. And that's about it. I mean, it is G1 style. He does have a thigh swivel too, so he's not super articulated, but again, just a really nice, crisp, white figure, which is always, for me anyway, which is always kind of satisfying to the eye. Just really got to get this Proton Pack pegged in. And if this wasn't enough, he also comes with a little green Slimer. So there you go. You get a little Slimer. You get a little bonus if you needed more incentive. But yeah, there we go. That is Ectotron. All right, so there you go, friends. We now have Ectotron in his alt mode. You could see it's just really, really cool. I couldn't figure out how to get the Proton Pack to stay in. I don't know why. I seem to be having problems with the Proton Pack, but it typically is supposed to It's supposed to look like that, but it's supposed to clip on. But I don't know. I just can't get it to clip on. But there you go. Very cool alt mode. The Ecto 1, obviously it is small. It's not super scale, but yeah, this was a nice figure. I really enjoyed this figure. It's like a nice niche kind of piece, if that makes sense. But that was it, guys. I'm gonna get him untransformed because I want to display him robot. I want to display him in robot mode and get him chilling with my Ghostbusters. So thank you guys, as always. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for your support. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you in another video. So thank you. Have a great day, and bye.